Geometry Dash looks like a very straightforward game without any uncommon things that can happen to you. However, this is very wrong. I found the rarest things in Geometry Dash, ranging from a 50-50 chance to a percentage lower than the smallest number ever created. Be sure to drink a hot cup of chocolate milk while smashing the like button against the ground and enjoy the video. Let's start off with a not so rare occurrence. Orbs are used to buy different colors and vehicles in the game, and are easily obtainable by just beating a level or opening a daily chest. You can get a maximum of 300 orbs out of one chest, with a minimum of 100 orbs. This means that you have a 50% chance to get more than 200 orbs out of a daily chest, since the RNG doesn't get any higher the more orbs you get. This is very common to happen though. Something more uncommon is the rarest Steam achievement in Geometry Dash. There are, to be exact, 120 achievements to collect. The most known achievement being given to you by just clicking the game, which only 80% is done, and the rarest one is still surprisingly common. Whenever you beat a level, you normally skip the level, but a small percentage of the community apparently doesn't do this. This tiny percentage of the community is very dedicated to rating levels, and not just a few, more than 1000 levels in total. 5.1% of the community has done this, which, to be honest, I didn't really expect. But these are just rookie numbers, so let's get to the actual interesting stuff now. You guys probably have played some auto levels before, just to relax a little bit from this very stressful game. There are, however, a few levels that aren't automatic as you might expect from these levels, where you actually need to click in order to beat it. Before update 1.7, auto levels were just very easy levels and are still rated to this date. In total, there are 11 non-automatical levels that I could find out of the 590 auto levels. This means that you have a 1.9% chance of dying to an auto level, which is kinda ironic to be honest. If you think about the worst and most painful achievement to get in Geometry Dash, a couple of things can come to your mind, like getting creator points or getting 100 likes on an icon. But one of all these very annoying achievements is pretty unknown to most people in the GD community. This is the case because this achievement is an in-game secret. In order to get it, you have to click on a cube that looks like this icon. Someone luckily already did the math for me, and the odds of this happening to you in one try is 1 in 1036, which is around 0.1%. The icon doesn't really have amazing looks or anything, so I wouldn't say it's worth grinding for. Alright, let's talk about something completely different. If you look at your username, it probably consists out of just a couple of letters and numbers. So it's probably nothing special, right? No, probably not, but there is a chance that you have a very rare username. I'm talking about usernames with only 3 characters in it. Most of these usernames are very old and you barely find them active in the community, which is why it's so extremely rare. There are 36 different characters that you can use in your username, and if you do the math, there are only 46k usernames that can be made out of 3 different characters. If we divide this by all the Geometry Dash players, the chance that you have a username like this is only 0.70%, which obviously decreases even more if you recently started playing. It's a pretty big flex to have one though, but the upcoming stuff is going to be way crazier, believe me. I was talking about icons before, and the catch them all icon isn't the rarest one by a long shot. Most people who have played Geometry Dash for a very long time have every icon except for just one specific UFO icon. This is the icon you get when getting a story-rated level, which takes a ton of dedication and creative skill to get. And oh boy, it's by far the most uncommon icon on the list. The chances of you having this icon right now is only 0.055%. There are around 15k people with rated levels, so the chance is very slim. Just a little bit more rare than the creator point UFO is the chance of finding a level like this in the recent tab. The recent tab is basically a place where all the latest levels are uploaded, and most of them aren't the best to say the least. But there is a random chance that you find a very good level that is eventually going to reach the feature tab, which is like the elite version of the recent tab. However, the chance of you finding this is very tiny. There are around 8 million levels in the entire game, and if you count all the rated levels from auto to demon, there is only a 0.047% chance that you find a soon to be rated level in the recent tab, which is extremely low. However, we are now taking a huge step in the rarity of the things I'm going to talk about, so hold on tight. Newgrounds is a website for music creators to basically release their songs. There are more than 1 million songs on the entire platform that can be used for Geometry Dash levels. Some are more popular than others, but what does this have to do with rare occurrences inside Geometry Dash? You see, when you go to the second menu in GD, you can filter songs, which are based on Newgrounds IDs. So whenever you want to listen to a good song and play a good level at the same time, this is the way to go. But what would be the chance to find a specific song you're looking for by typing some random numbers? The chance that this happens to you is a little over 1 in 1 million, aka 0.00009%. If this ever happens to you, be sure to leave a comment. Before we get to the lowest percentage I have ever seen, we got to talk about another insanely low one. The hardest level in the game is a level called Slaughterhouse. It has extremely tight wave parts and is known for its intense gameplay starting from 26%. However, because this level is so incredibly hard, only a few people have actually beaten it. 2 players out of all 27.1 million potential Geometry Dash players have beaten this level. This means that technically you have a 0.00007% chance of beating this. If you don't like these odds, you can always use noclip though, so it isn't that big of a deal. Alright, the final and rarest chance in the entire Geometry Dash game. Let's start from the beginning. You guys might have heard of a level called Glowy before. I talked about it in my previous video and it has a stunning 269k objects. Okay, so what would be the chance of you recreating the exact same level in Geometry Dash without looking? I spent 2 hours on doing this math and let me quickly walk you through it. There are a total of 1446 objects inside this game and I counted all object frames, which came down to an estimate of 150 object frames per second. Glowy is 197 seconds long, and finally, by calculating everything, the final answer is 1 in 1446 to the power of this number right here. This means the chance of you doing this is basically 1 in 1446 with 16 quadrillion zeros behind it. And remember, I didn't even use the groups in this calculation. I hope you enjoyed this crazy video and see you guys later. Goodbye.